Hey, y'all, welcome into the building. Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday. I'm running a little late. I had some things I had to do, but I'm here. We're going to have us a little express train, okay? I'm in the building. We're still going to, the train is still pulling out. It's just pulling out a little bit late, but the train is pulling out the building. Listen, people, we're going to get into it, and we're going to get into it right now. It's called Okay, Not Okay. So tonight's title is called Okay, Not Okay. Michelle Obama said her and Barack are okay. All is well. She don't know where all of these divorce rumors came from, but she just decided once they left the White House, she was going to prioritize herself. She said that's it and that's all. She said the people doing too much. Just because she didn't show up here, there, and whatever with Barack, that don't mean that they not good. She said to the ladies out there, it's okay to say no. And it is. It's okay to say no, no matter what the situation or the circumstances is. It's okay to say no. So Michelle talking about it. And we're going to talk about it too. And then you know what? I don't even know if I want to get on a plane no more and go on vacation. I don't. Because things is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Insane. The young man, 23, went on vacation with his mother and father. We've been saying over here for the longest, be careful who you go on vacation with. But he went with mommy and daddy. He went on vacation. I don't know what that is. He went on vacation with mom and dad. Hours after arriving in the Bahamas, he's gone. Dead. And the mother and father said they couldn't even recognize his face. That's how bad somebody beat him. I was in shock when I read that story. I said, this is crazy. Shock. Hours after he arrived, he's gone. Just like that. And you know what I say over here? I'm not one to just be like, sue, sue, sue. But no, y'all getting sued. Can't bring my baby back. But maybe y'all do a better security and protecting your guests that fly from wherever they flew from to have a good time at your resort. And my 23-year-old son is gone. Sad. Gotta talk about it. Then we gotta talk about Wendy Williams' greedy husband, Kevin Hunter. You know, Kevin is suing Denmark Mercury, the production company that did the Wendy Williams show. You know, Kevin, once that show fell apart, he would tell anybody that would listen that he was the wind beneath Wendy's wings. He said he made her pretty much. Without him, that show wouldn't have been nothing. Notice how she had the infamous shoe can? The guests would come up and show their shoes. He said, that was me. Kevin said that purple chair, that was me. Kevin said without him, Wendy probably would have never made it to the stage. And that show wouldn't have been what it was. So with him and Wendy were going through a divorce, he got fired. So he's crying wrongful termination. And the first court said that he could go ahead and move forward with his lawsuit. And the higher court said, nah, you can move forward, but not with this same lawsuit you're trying to say that they fired you because of, you know, your marital status. He's relentless. But you see, you know, there's a saying called, God bless the child that has his own. God bless the child who has his own. God bless the adult who has his own. God bless the male, the female, and everything in between that has their own. Here you are years later from this divorce with Wendy. You're crying broke. You're trying to sue people because you never had to fend for yourself. All you had to do is tap into Wendy's money. And now your day has come. Now in your elder years, you looking for a penny, nickel, or dime. And if you didn't work, but I think he did work. I think he had some title on the show. Well, I hope you invested in your 401k and you got some Social Security coming to you, sir. Because even if he won this lawsuit, let's just say they gave him the $7 million that he's seeking. He's so used to just throwing money out the door, he would spend that $7 million in 2.2 seconds. But we're going to talk about Kevin Hunter and this lawsuit that he is still pursuing. And trust and believe, if he could get another penny out of Wendy, he would suck whatever the conservator didn't take. He would take the rest and leave on the corner begging for bread. Because that's the type of man he is. And I'm not doing this story tonight, but let me do a side note. This Tyreek Hill, the woman that and they ain't even been 2 years yet they've been married. I think they've been married for a year. She had his baby, but he had tons of babies before she had her baby, before she married him. If I could send a memo out, I wish every now and then we'd be allowed to send world memos. Push the button and it go out to every female in the world. You got to look at people's track record. If he got 5 baby mamas, he never married near one of them. The babies are literally like stair steps. Some of them are almost darn near the same age. And if you don't think that's problematic, I'm going to need you to sit on somebody's couch. You got to make it make sense. He meets you and he tells you he got 4 baby mothers and he's young. And even if he was older. One baby 2 years, another baby 3, the other baby 2.5 years old. And if he got 4 baby mamas, guess what? The only thing you probably get out of that relationship is you're going to be the 5th baby mama. Is that what you want? If he treated all the previous ones like that, what you think he going to do with you? But these ladies, they wake up and they be like, no, it ain't going to happen to me. She married him knowing he had a bunch of babies. And now they getting a divorce. So now she going to be a single mama. This is a mess. I don't understand the people. It's crazy. But I didn't put them on the docket tonight because I didn't feel like I could even deal with them tonight. We may have to deal with them another night. But I do need to send a memo tonight. If you think you're going to change a man, you're not. Have you ever tried to change your own, a habit you had of your own? Be like, I'm not going to drink lattes. I'm not going to drink lattes. And then the 3rd day, you got a latte and you sucking it down. It's hard enough to change yourself. If you think you're going to change somebody else, you crazy. But y'all know what I need in the chat because I got to get this party started. I need a what? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. It's Wednesday night trending topics, and we got stuff to talk about, okay? The title is Okay, Not Okay. We got Michelle Obama. She clears the air. She said her and Barack are good. People need to chill, okay? We got the Bahamas tragedy. It's so sad. May the young man rest in peace. 23 years old, went on vacation with his parents, and now he's gone. And we got Kevin Hunter's Wendy Williams' ex out here still begging for bread. Let me bring the people on in the building. Hey, Julius. Hey, in my opinion.
Hey y'all, hit the like button.
Hey, Diva, choo choo.
Hey, Katrina. Hey, Wayne.
Hey, hey, Diva.
Listen, we're going to go ahead and start with Michelle Obama, because for weeks, they have been saying that, they're getting a divorce. She didn't go to the inauguration. She didn't go to the funeral. She didn't do this. She didn't do that. Michelle said, chill. She's doing her right now. When she left the White House, it was her turn to do whatever it is she wanted to do. And she said, it's okay to just say no. Let me go ahead and share screen. And I agree with her. It's okay to say no. Let me see where we at. So Michelle Obama addresses Barack divorce rumors after stepping away from the limelight. I choose to do what's best for me. Let me just pause that. Michelle Obama is blasting rumors that she and Barack Obama are divorcing. The former First Lady addressed the unfounded gossip while explaining why she decided to take a step back from the spotlight on Wednesday's episode of Sophia Bush Work in Progress podcast. The interesting thing is that when I say no, for the most part, people are like, I get it, and I'm okay. Michelle shared, referring to how she's been skipping several political events that her husband attended solo. That's them right there. She said they still good, okay? That's her going on a podcast there. And that's the thing that we as women struggle with, disappointing people, she continued. So much so that people, they couldn't even fathom that I was making a choice for myself, that they had to assume that my husband and I are divorcing. Michelle laughed at the concept of ending her marriage and scoffed at the idea that she couldn't possibly be a grown woman just making a set of decisions for herself. But that's what society does to us, she said. We actually finally start going, what am I doing? Who am I doing this for? And if it doesn't fit into the sort of stereotype of what people think we should do, then it gets labeled as something negative and horrible. Michelle explained that at the age of 61, she feels it's time to make some big girl decisions in her life and own it fully. If not now, when? What am I waiting for? She asked. Now is the time for me to start asking myself these hard questions of who do I truly want to be every day? And that changes, she admitted. So who do I want to have lunch with? How long do I want to stay in a place? Do I want to travel? If a girlfriend calls and said, let's go here, I can say, yes, I can. And I'm trying to do that more and more. Come on, Michelle. Now that she's no longer in the White House and both her and Barack daughters, Malaya 26 and Sasha 23, have flown the coop, she has more freedom in deciding how to spend her time. I get to look at my calendar, which I did this year. It was a real big example of me, myself, looking at something that I'm supposed to do, without naming names. And I choose to do what was best for me, she said. Now, what I had to do, not what other people wanted me to do. And between you and me, that was an important test for me, just as a woman, as an independent person, because like all women, I operate from guilt. Michelle may have been referring to how she made headlines for skipping high-profile events in January that Barack attended by himself, like President Trump's inauguration and President Jimmy Carter's funeral. At the time, Page Six confirmed that she was on an extended vacation in Hawaii during the funeral and absent from Trump's swearing-in ceremony because she's no phony. Michelle emphasized that despite saying yes to more ventures, she is still working on passion projects. She does it. So what does it look like? It looks like whatever I want it to look like. And I still find time to give speeches, to be out there in the world, to work on projects. I still care about girls' education, she said. While Michelle's relationship with Barack is apparently still going strong, the 44th president admitted earlier this month that he was in a deep deficit with his wife. I have been trying to dig myself out of the hole by doing occasionally fun things, he explained to Hamilton College President Stephen Tepper in a conversation. Barack has previously suggested how his back-to-back presidential terms from 2009 to 2017 took a toll on their marriage. And Michelle even admitted that she couldn't stand him when their children were younger. Marriage isn't 50-50, ever, ever. She said during a recent Revolt TV panel in 2022, there are times I'm 70, he's 30. There are times he's 60, I'm 40. But guess what? 10 years, we've been married 30. 10 years, we've been married 30. I would take 10 bad years over 30. It's just how you look at it. The becoming author and Barack, 63, have been married since October 1992. Barack confirmed that he still has the hots for Michelle when he posted a flirty message for her 61st birthday in January. Happy birthday to the love of my life at Michelle Obama. You fill every room with warmth, wisdom, humor, and grace, and you look good doing it. He wrote on Instagram along with a photo of them holding hands on a romantic dinner date at the Michelin-starred restaurant, Abergine Carmel. I'm so lucky to be able to take life adventures with you. Love you, he added, prompting her to respond in the comments, love you, honey. So they're good. And I do think it's a struggle for probably everyone to just really do what they want and without feeling guilt and like they're disappointing somebody. Julius, your thoughts?
They just can't stand because Miss Michelle is an accomplished, educated empress queen. She emulates Black excellence in how far you can go to be the first lady of color. They're mad she can wear that crown. So they make up anything and everything to try to damage her light. Yeah, it's just, every little old way for the haters. Because they hate on Barack too. Let's just keep it real. It's just the haters being haters.
Thank you. In my opinion, your thoughts?
So when you've been married that long, you don't have to do everything together. And then too, I think she's into the point where she's had enough of these politics. Okay, she was in the White House for 8 years. She helped him get on his campaign trail for 2 years. So I think she's just over the politics, especially the way they was treated when they was in the White House. I think she's over it. You cannot expect her to go to any White House, no events at the White House unless it's somebody there that she like. Okay, she's over it. Okay, don't expect me. I ain't gonna be there. Okay, I'm enjoying my best life. They look like they breathed the breath of fresh air when they left the White House. It's sad, but it looked like they breathed the fresh air. And Obama wouldn't have been there neither if he didn't have to. But he had to, so he showed up.
Thank you. Leo, your thoughts? Welcome to the building.
Well, hey, y'all, what's happening? Hey, panel. Okay, so I'm glad for one that she came out and spoke on it, and she did it and picked the time of her choosing. Because I remember us backstage maybe, and they was talking, divorce, and we didn't believe that. Like, I didn't believe that because just like Opinion said, they've been married 32 years. It's ebbs and flows to marriages. And of course, now that they're empty nesters and their children are adults, his path has always been politics. Now it's her time to pick out her path and to wage her way through this world. Her girls are going to make their own path. Her husband was a trailblazer. He did his thing. She got to figure out, well, what's her thing? What does she do? What is her thing? And I applaud her for just coming out and articulating this place where she is in her life as far as stepping out here to do her own thing. And I'm with her on that. Feeling obligated to do things because of family obligations, things you don't want to do. at my age, even now, I pick and choose the things that I want to do. When I was younger, I would go along with it just because I would just say it's not a big deal. Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead on and go. Oh, Michelle said her time is valuable, and she is not about to be out here skinning and grinning in front for these folks. They don't care nothing about her, no way. So, and don't really care if she's there or not. Nothing but to talk bad about her. So I don't fault her at all. She don't want to go to the funeral, don't go. Okay? If she don't want to go to the inauguration, don't go. She big and grown. She done did her 1, 2. She stood up. She get 10s all the way around for all that she done put forth, and now she get to do what she want to do. Daggone it.
That's it, and that's all. Thank you, Leo. Wayne, your thoughts?
You know, when that first came out, I didn't believe a word of it.
Mm.
I didn't believe a word of it. You know, it's just, I guess people just thought it's unbelievable for a black couple to be in the White House. No scandals, no nothing. Just unbelievable. Served 2 terms. And she's getting the time that she deserves. Other people managed her time. She's managing her own time now. And she's living life on her terms. That's it.
Thank you. Katrina, your thoughts?
Oh, here we go again. Oh gosh. I'm speechless on this one, Diva. I'm totally just speechless on this one. That's all I got.
All right. Thank you. All right. So yeah, I mean, I get what she's saying. It's like, you know, you get to a certain point in your life, especially at a certain age, and you're like, okay, well, when am I going to do something for me? And now it's her perfect time. Like she said, the daughters are grown. They're doing their own thing. She supported her husband for his 2 terms for what he wanted to do. And now she has a right to live her best life and do what she wants to do. And she's like, me and my husband, we're still good. I love that she spoke out on her terms, like you said, Leo, what she wanted to. So I think it's great. So Michelle said she's okay. Now, the parents in this next story are not okay. And I would not be okay either, because it's actually it's very, very sad. It's very, very sad. It was hours into their vacation, and all of a sudden their son went missing. It was shady what the resort was coming to them and saying to them. And then the next thing they know, their son was no longer alive. Let me go ahead and share screen and we'll get more into this story. It's like going on vacation now. It's just like, can we do it?
A Bowie family is heartbroken tonight. They say their loved one died while on vacation in the Bahamas.
And they believe the circumstances surrounding the death are suspicious. Fox 5's Tisha Lewis joining us live from Bowie with new details. Tisha.
And the family called this Bowie neighborhood home. Let's talk about 23-year-old Denari McCalmont. We're told that he died 12 hours after landing in the Bahamas with his family. The family leaving this Bowie neighborhood on Friday, and we were told they were supposed to come back from Bahamas yesterday. Now they are telling us that Denari McCalmont is dead. Instead, the parents again remaining in Bahamas right now as they continue to search for answers.
Then they said there was an altercation, but he is okay. She and her husband left, went down to the resort, and searched all around. They could not find their son. At 2 o'clock, they came back and said there was an incident, and your son. She said, "What's wrong with my son?" The father said, "Y'all come to ask me all these questions." Then they said, "Your son died." Furthermore, they found that body.
Family members telling Fox 5 exclusively Denari McCalmont went to Bahamas with his mother and father. We're told the family was staying at a resort, and Denari left his parents during dinner to grab a coat and explore the resort. Family members say hours later, staff members came to the parents' room inquiring about Denari's whereabouts. We're also told his location sharing services went inactive. That's according to family members here. Denari's parents apparently searching the resort. Family members say when they did not find him, they made missing persons flyers. We're told resort staff returned to Denari's parents' room again to tell his parents he was dead. His family tells Fox 5 his face was unrecognizable and he appeared beaten to death, found in the resort's private beach.
All this time, they never showed my sister anybody or anything. So she's been there trying to make contact with lawyers, everybody. until she could get you.
Sounds so frustrating, Tisha, what they're going through. So what have we learned from law enforcement and the resort so far?
Well, Angie and Shamari, frustrating and devastating to say the least. Here's what we know so far. Bahamian law enforcement not classifying this as a murder. That's according to a local Bahama news station, Eyewitness News, saying this is not classified as a murder. And they also are reporting that an autopsy is underway. We did reach out to Bahamian authorities independently and also reached out to the resort, and we are awaiting their response.
Very sad, unbelievable. Let me share screen again. Now, in that news, they said they were not listing it as a murder, but in this report, they're saying that they are listing it as a murder. So, resort tragedy: U.S. Tourist Denari McCormick, 23, found dead on dream vacation after telling parents he was going to explore beach resort. His family said his remains looked unrecognizable. I mean, who does this? This is crazy. An American tourist has been mysteriously found dead at a luxury beach resort just hours after arriving. Denari lifeless remains were found on a stretch of the beach on April the 5th. The 23-year-old man from Maryland had only arrived at the plush Atlantis Paradise Island Resort in the Bahamas with his parents just hours before tragedy struck. He was last seen at around 11 p.m. local time, as reported by the news. He had been eating dinner with his family before leaving to go and grab a coat. Denari left his family at around 9 p.m. and hours later, staffers quizzed them about his whereabouts. Denari's worried parents produced missing person posters when they couldn't track his cell phone location. Officials combed the resort and came across his body on the beach at around 5:30 a.m. on April 5th. His mother, Michelle, said it appeared he had been barely beaten, as reported by Eyewitness News. "They beat my son down in the sand," she said. She revealed that his hair was full of sand and he had froth on his teeth. His parents said he looked unrecognizable, according to the news. But his aunt, Marcelle McPherson, claimed the family was told an apparent altercation had happened before later revealing he was dead. Cops reportedly told Michelle that someone had reported Denari spitting on someone. An investigation into his death is underway, and a cause has not yet been established. The case is not being treated as a murder. I'm sorry. I thought it said in here is not being treated as a murder. They beat my son down in the sand. The Atlantis Paradise Island Resort consists of 5 hotels and has more than 20 swimming areas. Denari's family was staying at the Reef. Guests can enjoy more than 10 pools and explore beaches that are combined 5 miles long. Tourists can take advantage of the luxury marina, village shopping district, as well as test their luck at the Atlantis Casino. The resort also boasts the largest water park in the Caribbean, Aqua Venture. The Atlantis also boasts an oceanfront golf course and more than 20 restaurants. Tourists in the Bahamas are warned to be cautious. State Department officials have placed the Bahamas under the Level 2 travel advisory. Travelers have been warned of the risk of armed burglaries and sexual assaults. But most crime tends to be concentrated in a city such as Nassau, the capital, and the city of Freeport. Tourists should be wary of shark attacks and have been urged to never swim alone. Americans have also been warned about the country's strict gun laws. The State Department has warned that travelers can be stopped from leaving if they are in possession of a firearm or ammunition. This is sad that not only that this young man died, but it's sad that he died and he was beaten and they couldn't even recognize his face. H. Fisher, they did attack him, but I wonder if they attacked him to rob him. I don't know, but it's sad. Julius, your thoughts?
I watched the video earlier, and I'm kind of giving side eye to Atlantis.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why were you going to the parents' room and quizzing them, like, especially right after they was putting up missing persons, when they went to the front desk, they went to all of that. That's what I would think. It makes me think something more sinister happened to him that they're trying to keep hush hush. And I've been to Atlantis. I've seen the private beach. It is beautiful. But this is suspect, and they're a level 2 for a reason.
Whew. Katrina, your thoughts?
These people target people from a different from the United States. They target them, and for him to be found on the beach from going to get a coke, and he's beaten, unrecognizable. Either they was trying to rob him, or it's just. I mean, we don't even know the reason why he's gone. We have no idea. And this, yes, I would sue them. This is sad. But I told you about the story about this people down there. He wanted the man to buy something from him, and the man didn't. And they followed him back to his room, and they unalived this woman's husband. You have to be careful when you travel to these places. They would try to get you with the money part. They would try to gyp you. They would it, they would capture you. They would do anything. This is just crazy. I mean, my son is gone, but I don't even know why he's gone. And I couldn't find him. I took him on vacation. What are these people gonna think? Like, if I didn't take my son, if we didn't go, it's so much gonna be running through their minds. This is so sad. It is so sad on all levels. And I hope they find out who done this, and give this child some justice. This is sad. That's all I got, Diva.
Yeah, it's very sad. In my opinion, your thoughts?
First of all, condolences to the family. This is a sad situation, but the Bahamas have been getting worse the last 2 years. From the robberies, the kidnappings, the unalivings, it's been getting bad for a while, and it's getting to the point where I would say, be careful if you want to go there. They got nice food, nice country, nice beach, but the people there do not like the tourists. Um, I don't know why it's done got so bad there. It used to be a time where it was really a nice place to go. I really feel bad that they don't have any answers, because even though it won't bring their kid back, at least they can know why. Like, what was this? And it's always sad when you can't put that why there.
Leo, your thoughts?
I know everybody pretty much covered it. I just feel like it's such an unfortunate situation. I don't know of any place you can go where you would think that you would be safe, right? Any spot you would go, on vacation where you would think you would be safe. I mean, just unforeseen circumstances. I hope I hope their family is persistent. I hope they have resources. I hope they reach out to all the people from the embassy, to if they have an embassy or an ambassador, or all the resources. I hope they can maintain to be able to use to reach out to find out what happened to their son. Because if not, it is going to be, like Opinion said, it's going to be a question. And Katrina said this, it's just going to be a question in this family's mind forever, forever. So I pray that they do get some answers and some peace of mind.
I do too. It's very sad. Some sad case says same with Jamaica. They don't like tourists, but usually certain tourists. I mean, but you think tourists bring so much money to wherever it is. Like New York, they love the tourists, especially on Broadway, and that's why they cleaned up Times Square, because they wanted to make sure the tourists would feel safe. It's just so sad. It's very sad. Wayne, your thoughts?
I don't know what could have happened, so quickly. Now the aunt, I mean, I don't know if she's Bahamian or not. She sounds Bahamian, So I'm just wondering if they had already some ties in the Bahamas. You know, I mean, to make contact with people that quick and for something so tragic to happen, something ain't adding up. You know, so it's not really much to say. I mean, nobody's done anything wrong. I can't see why they can not even addressing this as some type of unaliving. It wasn't, self-inflicted. Somebody did it. And I don't know how they can say it's not M yet. That's it.
Yeah, that's what I wasn't understanding. His face was unrecognizable. They beat him. Somebody beat him to a pulp. I don't understand it. It's very sad. Yeah.
You know what, Diva? I think it's in the way of how they deal with it, right? So it might be they won't publicly charge it as an M until after the autopsy. Let's just hope that, or maybe just for the sake of not putting a bad reputation on the resort without it being conclusive evidence, even though it is seen, by everybody that this young man didn't do this to himself. They do understand that. I hope you stick with this story and that they don't stick to that. At least after the autopsy, they will be able to determine whether, what it is, a homicide or whatever.
Yeah. Super sad. Super sad. Hours after arriving. Oh, God. Listen, just unbelievable. So the last story I'm going to go into is Kevin Hunter. This man is relentless. He's had this lawsuit against the production company that produced the Wendy Williams show, and one judge told him he could move forward the way the case was. Another one just told him, like, hold on, no, we're not doing this. Let me go ahead and share screen. And it's something shady too with the way the staff kept coming to the family talking about, do you know where he's at? What's going on? I think what I feel before I get into this story, I feel the way the staff was coming to them, it was almost like they was hoping, but they kind of knew it was a tourist. It was almost like I feel like they was hoping they found a local on the beach and not, a tourist. And when they really confirmed that it was the tourist and it was their son, I felt like a little shadiness was going on there because they wanted to save the reputation of their resort versus find out what really happened to this young man. It's just very sad. Let me go up. And then it's somebody talking about, oh, I saw him spitting on somebody. Like, I don't know. This thing is crazy. So Wendy Williams' ex-husband suffered setback in $7 million battle with talk show producers over firing. Okay. That was Wendy and Kevin Hunter way back when. Wendy Williams' ex-husband, Kevin Hunter, suffered a major setback in court as part of his $7 million lawsuit against the former talk show host producers. In Touch can exclusively report. According to the court documents obtained by In Touch, let me just pause this. On April 8th, the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit vacated a big win for Kevin 52 in the legal battle. As In Touch previously reported back in 2023, Kevin filed a bombshell lawsuit against the production company behind the Wendy Williams show, Denmark Mercury, along with individual producers Ira Bernstein and Mort Marcus. In his complaint, Kevin claimed he was wrongfully terminated from his role as executive producer on the talk show At the Wendy 60, filed for divorce in 2019. The termination of Kevin was based strictly upon Kevin's marital status and his impending divorce to the show's host, ignoring all the contributions that Kevin made to make the show a success, his lawsuit read. In his filing, Kevin took credit for the Wendy Williams show's massive success. He claimed he led the ship behind the scenes and made sure Wendy was taken care of. He claimed to be responsible for popular show segments, Hot Topics, and Shoe Cam. Kevin said he had final say on the guests for the show and even had input on marketing decisions. Kevin accused the producers of violating New York law when they fired him due to his marital status and said they had no right to terminate his contract. Wendy's ex-husband demanded $7 million in damages. Denmark Mercury and the individual producers denied all allegations of wrongdoing in their response. They disagree with Kevin and his legal team argument and interpretation of New York law. They argue that the law said an employer cannot discriminate against an employee based on their marital status, basically whether they are married or not. Denmark Mercury argued that Kevin's claims warranted dismissal to his marriage dismissal due to his marriage to Wendy, in particular, is not a protected characteristic by law. They said New York law did not cover discrimination based on an employee's marital status in relation to a specific person. In September 2023, the federal judge presiding over the case ruled Kevin's lawsuit could move forward. The judge said, given Kevin's allegations that he was terminated because of his impending divorce from Wendy Williams, i.e. terminated because he would no longer be married to Wendy, Morse requires this court to find that he has stated a claim for marital status discrimination. The producers appealed the decision to deny their motion to dismiss. In the recent decision by the United States Courts of Appeals, the court sided with Wendy's talk show producers. The higher court decided to vacate the lower court's decision, denying the producers' request to dismiss the case. The higher court said another court previously ruled in a separate case that marital status refers to whether a person in participating in a marriage, not the natures of one relationship with another specific person. The order reads, the reasoning squarely resolves the question here. Hunter did not allege that he was fired because of his status as married, unmarried, or divorced, but instead because of his marital status specifically to Williams. So they get them on technicalities. The case was remanded down to the lower court where the case will continue, but the decision to deny the producers' motions will be vacated. As In Touch previously reported, Wendy is currently under a court guardianship that she does not believe is needed. In the past couple of months, a hashtag Free Wendy movement started by her family, friends, and fans pleading for her to be out of the guardianship has been growing. And I just had a breaking story that Wendy tried to go to dinner with her niece and her lawyer, and the guardian denied it. You know, this Wendy Williams thing is crazy. So here, Wendy Williams denied dinner with niece and lawyer. This is crazy. So much for Wendy Williams' guardian insisting Wendy is allowed to leave the confines of her assisted living facility to visit with family because the guardian just torpedoed a night out with Wendy's niece, according to sources with direct knowledge. Wendy planned a night out with her niece, Alex Finney, and her new personal lawyer, famed attorney Joe Tocopina. They were going to have a dinner at a New York City restaurant. That is until Wendy's guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, put the kibosh on Wendy leaving the 5th floor of the facility, which Wendy calls a luxury prison. Interesting, since the lawyer for Sabrina recently sent TMZ a letter insisting Wendy was not being kept from her family and she could see them whenever she wanted. Well, it seems clear that's not the case. It's unclear why Wendy was denied the right to dine with Alex and Joe, but it may have something to do with Wendy's strong desire to end the guardianship. Our sources say if the judge doesn't end the guardianship soon, Wendy will demand a jury trial and Joe will be her trial lawyer. That would put Joe squarely in opposition to the guardian. As you know, Joe is a formidable force in the courtroom, most recently scoring a stunning win in the ASAP Rocky trial. We do know Joe and Alex are having dinner, and it's likely they're talking strategy over pasta. This guardian thing is horrific. Julius, your thoughts?
I wasn't paying attention. You could skip me, Diva. I'm sorry.
Katrina, your thoughts?
Okay, for the Kevin man. Yes, He had Wendy as a functioning alcohol addict. He had her on time. She did her show. He let her went home or whatsoever. Man, you fumbled the bag. The only thing this woman told you is just don't get this woman pregnant. You did this. You lost this money. Yes, you had the show going. I mean, when he was there, Wendy was performing and doing what she needed to do, but you had her as a functioning addict. And get a job. Stop trying to live off this lady. They paid you when you first got out of there. And I mean, but it's his right to fight, for his money from them and not from Wendy. Because Wendy didn't fire you, they did. And I don't blame him from going after them because he did when her show was up there was because of him. I got to give it to him. I can't take that from him. He just had her as a functioning addict. And for that guardian, man, I ain't never seen nothing like this before in my life. How can you tell a grown woman that she can't go out? This is ridiculous. Is she in an orphanage? Because this is what it sounds like. She's a redheaded child and being abused. I've never seen anything like this or heard anything like this before in my life. That woman, Sabrina, how can you're not my mama, you're not my auntie, you're not my sister, you're not my niece, you nobody, but you can tell me when and where I can go? I've never seen no mess like this before. I'm a grown tail woman, but I got to listen to what you say. I can't see people that I want to see because you say I can't see them. I can't go places because you say I can't go places. My dear God, is she Cinderella's stepsisters? This is weird. I ain't. This is just sick. This is sick. There's no other words for this. This is just totally sick and an insane mess. And I hope that man come through. Like I said, everybody got faults, but I hope this man come through and get Wendy up out of that because I can't take that for her. That's ridiculous. But that's all I got, Diva.
I appreciate you. Thank you. I mean, in my opinion, your thoughts?
Okay, so let's go ahead and tackle Kevin real quick. Get him all together. As a Wendy watcher, okay, and as a fan, I remember them saying, when we have meetings, he's cussing at us, he's fussing at us, he's yelling at us. We can't deal with him no more. And when she filed for divorce, they said, yes, we can finally let him go. He was being a menace. He was bullying them people. He was hollering at them. He was yelling at them. He lost his job because he couldn't control his attitude. Kevin Ben had this temper. I'm going to need him to go get him some help, okay? I ain't never seen a grown man as old as he is that want to live off somebody else. Go work, man. Now, you went out there and you had you a baby like you was doing something big. Now, go on out there and get you a job. I don't care about your hip replacement, none of that. I don't want to hear none of your sad sob stories. I want you to get off your behind, go get you a job and take care of you and Serena and that baby, okay? You got what you got. You went out there, you cheated, you got a baby, you take care of it. Now, Sabrina, I'm gonna get on you real quick. Okay, I'm gonna need Sabrina to go ahead and whatever dye she using, I'm gonna need her to stop it immediately, okay? Because it's seeping into her brain. Okay. Coach Woe, Wendy won a judgment in the courts that said she can move down from the memory flow so she can see her family and she can regenerate to life until they find a court date for her. I don't understand why she's still on the memory flow. Now, when a judge tell you something is legal and we get this small win, why is she still locked up on the floor? That seems like something we could take to court and get this go ahead and done. Okay, I need Wendy free Wendy. It's nowhere in the world Wendy should still be trying to see her family and can't.
Yeah, this is sad. This is crazy. Leo, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm with everybody else. Kevin Hunter, I mean, man, just get a job. Just get a job. That's all I can say for him. He's gonna have to do something anyway because he's gonna lose all these cases. So, good luck. Hope you work it out. And as far as with this situation with Wendy Williams, right? So I'm trying to put this. I'm kind of like Katrina. My brain has a hard time wrapping around this. But what I do think that if she's already gotten permission from a court to not be on the memory floor, that she can be downstairs, but she's not there.
Mhm.
And then her guardian denies her access to a night out, a dinner with her lawyer and her niece. It sounds like to me that's shots fired. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like to me Sabrina is already showing that she doesn't care that Wendy has an outside attorney. Because
Yeah.
whatever that's going on between this guardian, the judge, and the state, it's a strong bond. And obviously she feels like the guardian, Sabrina, must feels like it won't be broken. Because did she deny the lawyer, child?
That
The
part.
lawyer?
That part. This is wild, ain't it?
It is. It is. She's not even fronting on it. Like, if the court order said one thing, then that means she lied to the court, correct? Didn't the court order say that? Didn't her appeal to the court is that that Wendy still had access and Wendy could still leave? Right?
That's the lie they told us. But you want to know what's wild, Leo? If she doing this and is in the public eye, imagine how they was treating Wendy when we didn't know nothing.
She was in there drunk off her behind all the time, living with them cats all around her. Yeah, we've seen it. We've seen it, that she wasn't actually getting any help.
Super sad. Super sad. You denied the dinner. Y'all just played in our face and told us, one, y'all was letting her move. Y'all played in our face and told us Wendy free to go and do whatever she want to do when she want to do it and be with family. But the other day, before this denial, they called the police on the niece. Talk about the niece kidnapped her and took her out of the facility without permission.
Oh my God.
No, they're trying to protect their access because Wells Fargo got another lawsuit out on them for not paying these the people that live on the reservation, these Indians, not paying them their money. They hid their money from them. They have another. I told you, Wells Fargo that's a shifty bank. I don't know who wanted to bank with them people, but they're no good. They're totally no good. They trying to keep that money because they know they took Wendy's money and they got to pay out so many lawsuits. But this is a shame. I ain't never seen nothing like this before in my life.
This is insanely crazy. Insanely crazy. Who, Wayne, your thoughts?
You know, I hope he does get a jury trial for her, you know, soon, because I think they're scheming. I think they're scheming on the accident. You know, got her on the floor with people who don't know, and an incident happens, but nobody knows because it's a memory floor. They can't remember they did something. So I think they're just trying to buy some time to do something nefarious, you know, because I think too many people involved. And when I say involved, I mean people like the judge, the lawyer, the guardian, you know. And I think they know if they get into it, heads gonna roll. So I hope she does get a jury trial and, you know, get the ball rolling.
Tay, your thoughts?
I don't care for Kevin Hunter at all. He's just nothing but no good, and he stay in the streets. If I was Kevin Hunter, I would get rid the house, the car, and get a job, like I said before. He missed what we need to apply for him when they got married. She told him, do not get this woman pregnant, and guess what? You just did anyway, Kevin. You just did. And now you want to get your ex-wife out that situation. You should have did that from beginning when we saw where's Wendy Williams at the document the first time. Then we will have problem. You just missed what we did apply for you, Kevin Senior. I don't care for you at all. You read what you sow, Kevin. That's all, Diva.
Listen, guys, I appreciate y'all being here. The roughest story tonight is a young man, only 23, went to vacation with his parents and now he's gone. Michelle Obama says she's good. The parents from the Bahamas, they're not okay. Kevin Hunter, he can be okay if he wake up and realize the gravy train is over. It's a wrap. When you have gotten over for years, I mean, it's like, why don't you be grateful for the fact that you got over and then just say, okay, I guess I gotta go ahead and work now. But see, you played yourself because you was getting over on Wendy all them years, and now here it is where you should be chilling, and in your retirement time, you gotta go find work. Because at the end of the day, whatever lawyers he's using for this lawsuit, they got to get paid. But he claimed he ain't got no money.
Child support.
Child support for the youngin'. Listen, he got a lot going on, but you know what? Everything he got going on, he deserve it. If you no longer want to be with somebody, my whole thing is just divorce them. Just divorce them. Let them go. Set them free. Even if they want to sit there and beg you and say, please don't go, whatever the case may be, divorce them. But he needed Wendy Williams' bank account. And the arrogance of him to say pretty much that show would have been no success if it wasn't for him. And he really believes that in his head. Okay, you came up with shoe cam. You came up with trending topics. Okay, but Wendy was on her radio show doing hot topics all the time, whether she labeled it hot topics or not. She was doing it all the time, Kevin. But it is what it is. You know, when you get with somebody and they want to claim that they made you, that's a dangerous person. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with me and doing this, Express Train. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know the routine. If you didn't hit that like button on the way in, hit the like button on the way out. Good night and goodbye, everybody. Choo choo.
Do not cheat the Diva or strike down Choo Choo and Pee Pee. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Tay Tay. All right, good night, everybody.